Hi, I'm Dr. Swaroop, and I'm going to talk today about the mental game of tennis. Now, over the last 20 years, I've worked with hundreds of tennis players across various age groups. And I have realized that tennis is a really unique sport because of the fact that it is a very lonely sport. There is a lot of traveling involved, and players go through a lot of burnout, especially as they keep playing that game over years and years. But more importantly, what I've also realized are three specific in game challenges that are really preventing the player from being great. They are good, no doubt. They are very competitive. Players are really diligent. They sacrifice a lot, but they are just unable to go to that next level of performance that they want. And that's why they get into a survival mindset. And therefore, we need to understand what exactly are the challenges that we need to address and what we can do about them. The first challenge that I feel is their inability to play the way they play in practice. That is the biggest problem, right? Because if the player is able to do that, automatically the chance and their success percentage is going to go up. But they are unable to do that, and that can be very, very frustrating, right? The second thing is lack of consistency. What happens is that players, when they go into matches, and as we know, there are three setters, and they play well in the first set, and suddenly something changes in the second set, or they lose the first three games, and they suddenly win the next three games, but they don't know what is happening to them. They don't know what they can do to maintain their consistency, right? And that is a big second block that is preventing them from going ahead. And the third, which I feel is really important, is game management. The ability to manage themselves and their game during the match. And this is beyond consistency because it's about their thinking and their emotions. It's about how they manage themselves when they are not doing well, what they need to do in between the sets, in between the games, before the serves, and all of this requires the right kind of management. And these three things, coupled with being difficult sport and being lonely, very competitive, just adds to the mental burden of an athlete. So, what can we do about it? Now, the the fact of the matter is that today we all know a lot of things about the mind, right? But it's not about knowing it; it's about applying it. What the biggest problem that I see is that players try to go for quick fixes, something that they hear from Instagram or some video, and they start implementing. And that's not the right approach. Remember, we have to develop a process. A process is what's going to help them, a mental process is what's going to help them actually use those mental tools, strategies that work for them so that they can keep using it. And therefore, what I focus on is developing what I call as the D3IS strategy. What is D? D is discover. What we need to do first is to discover, right? Discover who the athlete is, their experiences, their personality. Because only when we discover what's there in their mind can we then provide the right identifying, right? The right strategy, what can help them for so many aspects. Once we identify the strategy, we'll implement them, we'll help them actually practice it in the nets, at home, right? Through different techniques, and then we integrate. What we are going to do is we are going to then make this part of their game routine, their practice routine. So when they're able to do that over here, they're naturally going to be able to do that in their match. And that is where we then come to stabilization. What we are doing, we are then stabilizing it so that the player can maintain a certain ratio and they can consistently play at that next level that they want. Many times player win a tournament, they think, okay, great, now they can keep winning. But that's where the problem is. That doesn't happen because they don't have a process right now of managing themselves. And this system helps them do that. I truly believe that today, at this competitive age, players are doing everything, right? They are taking all the effort on the technical side, they are making all the effort on the fitness and recovery side, physio. But it's surprising, at one level, we say mind is so important, but on the another level, we try and quick fix it. So I appeal to all the players and the parents, don't try to quick fix, learn the right method, do it the right way, do it once, do it properly, and you will see the change. It's not magic, it's logic. Because once you know how to train your mind and what you need to do for your challenges, obviously you're going to become a better player, a more consistent player, and get the success that you deserve. Bye.